So I grew up in southern Utah. I grew up Mormon, got baptized in the Mormon church when I was 8. Uh, did seminary through middle school and high school. Really tried to, um, put myself into that scenario and study as much as I could. And when I asked a lot of questions, it didn't go well. I got a lot of backlash, and so it made me not want to ask questions in the Mormon church anymore. So I asked questions outside of the Mormon church after that. Well, I ended up moving around a little bit, and it just got to a point where even trying other churches, none of it ever fit for me. And I started asking a lot of questions, and I started following like anti-religion stuff. And so I became an atheist. So for the last 18, 19 years, I've been a non-believer. Going from that to now, 2 years ago, my ex was diagnosed with cirrhosis. At the time, I was going to AlAnon, which was a support group for friends and family of alcoholics, and it's a 12-step program. So as an atheist, there's a little bit of a hesitation sometimes. You maybe buck back when you kind of hear the whole, like, we're giving everything over to God. I didn't necessarily have that feeling right off the bat, so that was helpful. But it made me more open-minded to things. But so in the process of my divorce, I met some other people that were also going through divorces, and one of these people had been a pastor for a very long time and invited me with their family to go try church. And hey, why not? Everything else in my life is changing. Let me try something else that's new. And so I did. So revival happened in February. And that Thursday coming in to revival, I wasn't really sure what to expect. And I was still kind of in a transition period and feeling like I was believing, but not necessarily fully committed. And so I was getting the kids ready, and I knelt down to pray. And I'm praying, and I prayed this a lot at the time, but it was just, please, if you're here and if this is what I need to be doing, please just kind of show yourself to me. And while I'm praying and I'm in the process of this, the song Goodness of God is just running in my brain, and it's so loud that it's distracting my prayer. And I finally get through the prayer, and I finish, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna turn that song on. That's kind of strange. But we came to church that night, and the very last song that night was Goodness of God. As soon as it hit, I remember just clutching and saying, okay, I hear you. There's part of that song that talks about your goodness is running after me. And I don't know what his purpose is for me, but he ran after me for a reason. So I spent a few more weeks really hard delving into everything, and just, I was praying already, but I felt like it was even more over those next few weeks. And I remember having this moment of just surrender and kneeling down in my room and just saying, okay, this is it. And I'm giving myself to you. And what do you need me to do? And maybe me doing worship team, because it was so instrumental for me in coming to faith again. Maybe that will help someone else. And so when you asked, will you do this? That's why, because maybe this is what he has planned for me.